Hello guys, in this video we are going to look at the scope of the variables. This way we'll see where the variables can be used, like how far can a variable be used and how long can it live and where can it be used and not be used. So let's get to it. So we basically have two scopes of the variables. We have the module level variable and a block level variable, or also the module level what we call the global variable, and the block level are what we call local variable. So a module level variable are variables like this one. These are variables which are declared at the declaration section. So these variables can be used anywhere in our project. Like you can use them in a block or anywhere. You can use them in a procedure, you can use them in an event, you can use them anywhere in as far as they are inside this form. Then there are some changes we are going to make. Now in module level variables, we are encouraged to use the keywords like private and public instead of using div. So there are three types of modifiers. So there is private, there is public, and there is a thread. So public, this can be accessed by anyone. So public, you just use the keyword public. This variable can be accessed by anyone inside this project. Actually not project, is inside the solution, so they can be accessed from a different project. Then friend, these are accessed by people in your project, but they have to qualify themselves, like the form holding that variable. But in public, you don't have to qualify the form holding the variable, it's just there. So but in thread, you have to qualify the form holding it or the module holding it. So you will find this, the public and the thread variables, they are mainly used, they are declared in a different module from the current class. So they are in another class like a module, because a module will just hold some code which will be executed once called. So private and public and friend will always be used outside our class. So they are basically, let's say, they are variables which will be used in the entire solution. For public, you use them in the entire solution. So the one which we'll be using now for module level will be using private. So private variables, they are used inside our project. Actually not inside our project, inside this class. You can't use them outside that class. So what I'm going to do is just copy paste this one, because I'm lazy. Just copy paste this. Yeah, simple as that. So all the variables here, they are now private and they are module level. So these variables, I can use them anywhere in the project. Then another type of a variable, they are variables which are used inside which are declared inside the procedure, like inside this event. So if you declare a variable here, let's say these ones, you have to use the keyword dim. You have no other choice. Let's say I say count. Let's say count integer. Sorry, integer. So if I declare this variable, then let's say I use it here, count will be equals to, sorry, just a bit, add it some more, and I use it here, count is equals to 1. I say that, I just assign that variable there, or 1 plus 1. Then let's say I will get another, let me find another event, let me add a new button here. Adding this now button, I try to access count. So let's say, let me assign count to the total text box. Text total is equals to dot text is equals to count dot to string. Oh, sorry. Is equals to count. You can see it's not appearing here because it was declared inside this event, so it can't be used outside that event. So I encourage you to make your variables as local as possible, so that you won't change them by mistake outside your event or outside your procedure. We basically call events procedures. So you won't use it outside the procedure. So I encourage you to create more local variable than global variables. But all in all, something like counters, you'll be using global variables or a value which will be used common, which will be common in your form. So it will just be a global variable. So if you try to use the count, you will never find that count. You see, you can't access count. You will never access this count. It will say count is not declared, or it may be inaccessible to its protection due to its protection level, because there it's local, and once it's local, it's protected to that event only. So that's something I wanted you to cut before we move to the next video, which will just be doing the calculation. So don't declare a variable here and try to use it outside that event. It won't work. I promise you, it won't work. So if you want to use a value outside this event, and you want to use a value outside this event, you have to declare it as a global variable, module level variable. So that's simply what I wanted to show you.